So firstly, apologies for this week's video. It's going to be moving around quite a lot. I left my tripod at school, and so it's just handheld this week. What I've decided to do for the next few weeks for your games, for the PE games, is to try and reinvent some board games, because I know a lot of you will be bored at home, and I know a lot of you might be playing board games. I've tried to reinvent them with a PE twist. So over the next couple of weeks up until half term, the PE game of the week will be my take on some games that I used to really enjoy playing when I was sort of at primary school as well. We're going to start today with a game called Battleships. It's my take on Battleships, a PE version of Battleships, the game. If you've ever played it, it's really good fun, can be very frustrating, probably the same as this game that we're about to play now as well. I'm going to show it to you. Unfortunately, Sophia isn't available to do this game with me, so it's just going to be me talking about it and showing it to you. And then on your Zoom sessions, your PE lessons through the week, we'll run through it and how it works. Relatively easy to set up. Loads of different things that you can do during the game as well. Change it to make it your own, like all of the games you've had, or by all means just copy the one that I've got. But this is a good one to play. I think parents will enjoy playing this one as well. Might give you a little bit of a nostalgia into the games you used to play as well. All right. So to make my Battleships cool, what I've done in my front room, because it's raining outside, is put some cushions from the sofa. Anyone like me's probably got loads of cushions on their sofa. I'm not really sure why they're all there. But I put those 6 of them in the middle to make like a net, so a bit like a tennis court. The important thing with Battleships is you can't see over the other side, so this is a game that you'd play sitting down to begin with, but there is a way that we can make sure that people can't cheat as well. On my side of the net, so here, on the first side, I've got 9 pieces of paper. Hopefully you can see them all there. The top left says boom, then it says 20 press-ups for me. The third one is take your next go with, and then it says either your wrong hand, sitting backwards, or with your eyes closed. The one below that says ha ha ha, miss your next turn. Then we've got another boom, jog on the spot for 30 seconds, a forfeit, 20 press-ups for you, so that's for the other player, and another boom in the bottom corner. The idea of Battleships will be that you have to try and hit the 3 booms. They are what you have to try and aim for. They are the ships, if you like. When you're doing your game, you can draw anything you like. I just put that as something that I could colour in and to make it stand out a little bit. But they are the 3 things you're aiming for. If we go across to the other side, we have exactly the same 9 here. So as you can see now, I've mixed them all up and I've turned all 9 of those sheets over and all 9 there, so you can't see what's on them. So that means even if someone did cheekily or by accident stand up, they couldn't see where the 3 booms were. I'm going to play from this side with a beanbag. I'm going to have to sit down on the floor and try and throw my beanbag over the top to land on one of those pieces of paper on the other side. When it does so, or if it does so, then I'll pick it up and turn over that piece of paper and see what it says. And it's on the middle piece of paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn over this middle piece of paper, and on here it says a forfeit. So the forfeit can be anything you like it to be. It can be go and make the other person a drink. It could be do 50 sit-ups. As long as it obviously doesn't harm them and it's good fun, then you guys can think up your own forfeits there. Now what we do, because I've hit the forfeit one, is we take it and we remove it from the game. So now there's a gap in the middle. Now you don't close any of those gaps up, you leave them like they are. There's a good reason for that, I'll tell you in a minute. Now, I'm going to play myself, so it's my go from this side now. As you can see, I can't see over the top of the net, so I'm going to try and throw it. Oh, sounded like it hit a piece of paper. Let's go and see which one I've hit on the other side. It did indeed, and it's touching that one. Now the aim of the game is to make them land on the ones that say boom. They are the other team's battleships. So this one here, I've landed it on a boom. That means that I've got rid of one of their battleships. So I would take that out of the game, and now I know I only have to hit the other 2 battleships for me to be the winner. The first person to hit all 3 of the battleships, or the booms in this case, is the person who wins the game. I hope that was a pretty self-explanatory one. Apologies, it was just myself playing against me, but yeah, Sophia's not around at the moment to play it, so I had to just play myself. At the end of the game, you have to get all of the booms. That's how you win the game. There are loads of different things in there. There's loads of activities that are done. So 20 press-ups for me or for you means you choose the other person to do them. If it says for you, then you've thrown it and you're making your opponent do something as well. There's forfeits in there. There's ways of missing your turn. when we look at the video during your Zoom session, you guys can come up with your own ideas as well as to what could be on the back of those bits of paper. Try and make it as active as possible. Today's not a very nice day, but you've seen it's a game that can be played in a small space. But obviously, if it's nice or it's nice enough to be outside, then you can play it in the garden. If you're lucky enough to have a tennis net, just drape a sheet over the top of that in your back garden, one of the mini tennis nets, throw things over the top of there. Can be done in a football way by kicking over the top, and if it hits it before it bounces off, then that's a go as well. Lots of ways you can change it around. So have lots of fun with the game. By all means, video your attempts at it and what you do with it, and then I'll go through it with you in your PE lesson this week.